And we're live again. Derrick Evans here, of course. And William King is in the house. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Derrick? How's it going?
William King, the Marine. Right?
Still try to be.
Okay, all right. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Right?
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
That's
exactly what they say.
That's right. Now, the discussion today, because you're working the Temecula Murrieta market.
That's correct.
Military Mutual, right? And you run the office up there, the team up there. There's a whole lot of people I'm talking to, a lot of VA buyers especially, who are just immediately going, nope, I'm looking at Temecula Murrieta because the value is there. I want to spend $450 or I want to spend, $475, and that's it. And I want a nice house.
Right.
And I'm just simply not going to find that in San Diego proper, so I'm looking at Temecula Murrieta. I have been on record a number of times as saying, be careful the commute if you work on 32nd Street and you want to live in Temecula Murrieta, but there's a lot of people who do it.
Right.
And a growing number of people who are okay with it, I've found, where I have not been trying to talk them out of it, but been trying to really make sure you're aware, like, hey, do you realize this is what it is? I don't know if it's the advent of podcasts. Joe Rogan might be personally responsible for this. I don't know. But people are okay with it.
That's because of the amount of resources that's available. Even driving down to Camp Pendleton or Miramar, people are still commuting from Temecula Murrieta because of the resources that's available. Everyone doesn't have to drive every day because they have van pools. And earlier we were talking about a conversation where most people that are typically stationed in the same base, they'll join a van pool. So it saves gas, it saves maintenance on your car, and the person who has the van pool end up making a little bit of money on the side.
Gotcha. So you pay a little bit to be in the van pool.
Correct.
Then you can sleep on the drive.
Correct.
Or work or look on your phone or do something else if you want to. You don't have to pay attention to drive.
Correct. But for the most part, it's more bang for your buck.
That's right.
Overall.
Yeah.
Because in San Diego, land is so scarce, so prices are insane right now.
Yeah, they're crazy.
They're crazy. And as you know, people that's on the military budget, the government don't pay us a whole lot of money.
No, that's the one thing that is really a shame.
But one thing they do pay us is that BAH.
That BAH, that tax-free.
That tax-free BAH.
BAH, which is huge.
And it's not, so often service members, they have it confused as BAH is part of your pay. It's not part of your pay, it's an entitlement. You have that entitlement because of your situation. Why not invest it?
Yeah.
So when people start investing that entitlement, they look for somewhere that's good for their family. They know they're gonna be there for 3, maybe 4 years, absolute max. So they want it to be nice, and they want to get the most out of the money. And Temecula Murrieta just makes the most sense.
What's cool about the BAH is that you have a circumstance where you're getting tax-free money, then you're able to buy an asset with it, a home, pay interest, which you then get to write off against your taxable income.
Right.
Which is crazy. And I actually had someone call me out on this in a live seminar and say, I thought the new tax rule said you can only write off $10,000 a year. And I was like, consult your CPA. I guess I could be wrong.
That's all you can say.
I went and talked to my CPA. I feel very confident in saying you absolutely can write off. And now if you get to $750,000 on a purchase price or for a single individual or $1 million for a couple, it starts to be limitations for how much you can write off.
Correct.
But for most military buyers, we're talking $450 to let's say $650.
Right.
You're not touching that threshold.
Nowhere even close. And even $450 is stretching it unless you are a senior military executive like a E6 or higher. Typically between E3 to E5, they stand between $350 to maybe $425 on a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say in my experience, the average price point of an E4 to E5 typically be around $375 to $400,000, which is nowhere near that threshold of the tax writable income that we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a conversation Philippe Heller's commenting. What's up, Philippe? Good to hear from you, my friend. I'm going to call you later today, actually. And we are live on Facebook, so feel free to share this, drop a comment, say what's up. We will interact with you.
And Philippe has said that he works up there and the market is hot, and he is exactly right. The market is really hot in Temecula Murrieta.
It's smoking. So here's the first thing I want to say about it. We actually have a couple of hot listings to show you as well, just to give you an idea how this is looking. The first aha moment for me was a couple years ago when I went to Temecula for a wine country weekend with my wife. It was before we had the baby. And we went there and we were just blown away. I was personally blown away because the first time I went to Temecula, I was like, I'd rather go to Paso. I'd rather take the drive and go to Paso. Then fast forward 8 years later or whatever it was, I'm in Temecula and I'm going, this is better than Napa.
Right.
The wine is so good.
Yeah, and it's all brewed there on the spot. It's all made there. I haven't tasted a better wine than the wine that has came from Wilson's Creek Winery. I have to say, You know, that wine is absolutely amazing. So it's a huge attraction for people to come to that area as well.
Yeah, well, the wine country is now built up because the wine's good. So when the wine is good, you attract the people who have the sensitive palates. Those wine people are the people with money. They're coming in, they're buying $1 million plus properties in wine country. Wine country is legit now, built out, lots of options, tons of tourism. That area is smoking hot. From that, now you have this tourist attraction where you've got people coming in from LA, from San Diego. It's drawing people from all these areas.
There's people coming from the East Coast to come into wine country.
100%. And that's going to continue. And this
Correct.
is this is
It's
my
only
point.
gonna get better.
It's only going to get better.
Yeah.
So that's my point with the wine country thing, is that has become a big deal on itself.
Right.
The one thing that Temecula was missing was industry, and that's the reason why the prices were lower there, right? We didn't have a big industry. Now we have an industry that is coming, that is going to continue to grow,
Right.
and you're going to see it spin off in other things. You're going to see beer become a bigger deal there. You're going to see, because once you have touristy traffic, that creates the opportunity for other things.
Correct.
For people to do while they're there.
And
That's
look
gonna
at the
create more
amount of
industry.
businesses going into Temecula, Murrieta as well.
That's true.
They
There's a
even
reason
still
for that.
have a new Costco being built right at the 215.
Yeah.
And there's already a Costco 10 minutes down the street in Temecula.
Yeah.
That's because the demand is there.
The demand is there because people want to be there. There's something, and Philippe is right, the market there is definitely hot. But that was when it first got on my radar. Then I started looking at what was actually happening there and what the value opportunities were. So here's one thing I will say with great certainty. If you're a telecommuter, in other words, if you work from home, this is a market you have to look at. It's a market you have to look at because trips to the beach can happen, from anywhere on the weekend or whatever. When you look at the value of the home, if you don't need to be in a certain area, if you don't have to commute, if you don't have to leave your home to work, this is really an area to heavily consider. If you do have a commute, but you need a bigger home, say you have a big family and you have a smaller budget, here's an option. Here's a trade-off. You can say, all right, I'll insert the commute into my life.
Right.
And in trade for that, I'm going to get a much bigger house, much nicer, newer home for less money.
Well, life is all about give and take. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You want to live by the beach and then you want a big house, but you only want a $2,000 mortgage. It doesn't work like that. You got to give a little bit, take a little bit.
You're not a genie?
Yeah, and figure out where in the middle it makes the most sense,
Well, let's take a look at one here. Let's look at T-Berry Place first. This one's in Murrieta.
T-Berry Place. So this property is very unique. It's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, almost 4,000 square feet on a 1/4 acre lot.
4,000 square foot home, 1/4 acre lot, 3-car garage.
And that driveway can fit up to 9 additional cars.
It looks like it.
Yeah. So total, you can fit 12 cars in that, right in front of that house.
5-bed, 3.5 bath.
Yeah.
3,800 square foot home, and $560 is the asking price.
Correct. So if we took that house and we just picked it up, land and everything, and then move it over to San Diego County, that price is going to double.
It's going to be a lot more.
It's going to double automatically. Your mortgage is going to instantly double. So this house, it even has a full master suite downstairs.
Oh, so it's a dual master.
It's a dual master, full master suite downstairs. And if you keep clicking through the pictures, you'll see the shower. It's a stand-up shower, walk in, sit down, enjoy everything. And this home has plenty of upgrades in it as well. The owner really did a great job of taking care of this property.
What are those called? I always forget what they're called. When you have that
Wainscoting.
Wainscoting.
Yeah,
There it is.
wainscoting.
Wainscoting.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you. I always forget that for some reason. I love that though.
They add a lot of value to the home. It's very inexpensive to do, and it adds a lot of value when it comes to the buyer's eye.
It does. It really does for me, for sure. Huge living room area. You can just see, when you have a 3,800 square foot home, you've got space everywhere.
Everywhere.
Nothing is small, tons of room. I love the flooring.
This
here.
home was newly repainted, has a lot of upgrades, has a formal dining area, a formal kitchen area. There's a ton of wood everywhere, give that rustic look.
Pool hall.
Yeah, pool hall. So
good question.
And wait till you get to the backyard.
He says, what are the rents in this area? That's a good question.
The rents on a home like that would probably be around $3,500 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
So rent is commensurately high?
Yes, rent is a lot higher than mortgage.
Okay, so in this area particular, someone lives in this area, then buying makes a whole lot of
sense. It makes a whole lot more sense because a mortgage on this will probably cost you about $3,300.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know. Good question, Robert.
Yeah.
And that's also a good thing for investors to know, too, who are looking at, hey, maybe I can't buy my first investment property in San Diego, but I could buy my first investment property in Temecula, Murrieta.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
As long as it makes sense. Yeah. You have to run the numbers and run the numbers again and make sure it makes sense.
Does it come with a pool table, do we know?
It's optional.
Everything's negotiable, right?
Yeah, everything's negotiable.
No one wants to move their pool table, though. I can tell you that.
Correct. No one wants to move the pool table.
Yeah, no one wants to go through the process.
And I can tell you right now, that pool table is probably about a good 600 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would say at
So
least.
if someone's interested at home and they wanted the pool table, I'm sure it wouldn't be a hard sell to the seller to say, sure, take the table, man, just buy the house. So this is that master suite downstairs that I was referring to.
Okay.
And as you can see, the shower is a huge shower. You can put about 5, 6 people in that shower at one time.
Are you making a
and have a party.
suggestion?
And have a party there. Every single closet in this home is a walk-in closet. Every single one. Like the closets are a bedroom in itself, you know?
See, that's what you get with 3,800 square feet. This is the kind of
Right.
space we're not used to in San Diego.
So that'd be perfect for in-laws, perfect for guests. You can even rent that room out to some of your friends.
And that's what I would suggest,
Yeah.
especially for, I mean, here's the thing, especially with the van pool
Yeah, with the van
opportunity.
pool, yeah.
That's a very big deal for people who are active duty, because if you can buy a place like this and rent out
Yeah.
4 bedrooms to your buddies who
Because
are
a
in your
lot
same
of time
command
in
or
the
whatever.
military, we typically have our spouses living in a different location. So we are what's called separated, and they receive SEPS pay. And so they still receive their BAH, but then they go look for the cheapest opportunity to save the most amount of money. And if you had a house like this, one of your buddies was in that situation, hey man, I got a full master suite downstairs, you can have it for $500 a month. Everybody wins.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
The service member that's separated from his family, he saves money on his rent, he's only paying $500. And the person that's renting it out, they create a little bit extra income. So
And help
it looks
their
great.
brother out too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome. So the price on this one is $560. That's the listing price.
Yeah, $560,000. There's no HOAs,
Is there
which
okay,
is a great thing.
no HOA?
Yeah, because it's in a really nice community.
No Melrose?
No Melrose. Oh, there is Melrose.
There's
Sorry.
Melrose.
It's a 2% tax rate.
Okay.
That's including supplements as well.
Okay.
So that community was built in 2017, and there's no HOA,
Okay. No HOA.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, HOA holds a lot of restrictions on certain properties and things you can and can't do.
Yeah, look how big everything is here. You got a request for the address. It's 34793 T-Berry Place, Robert.
This master bedroom upstairs has 2 master closets. 2 master closets. You get a his and her closet.
What?
They're both huge.
Both walk-ins?
Both walk-ins. This is one of them right here. Huge.
It's large.
And this is the master bathroom upstairs. Has
See,
a full
that's
circle tub
crazy.
as well. And there's a shower on the opposite side.
And I totally get it. If you're in Italy or Japan and you're
Right.
looking online at homes, you're going to really be attracted to this. I
Right.
mean, when you're just looking at, and you look on the map and you go, it doesn't look like it's that far away. This is going to be very, very attractive to a lot of people. So I understand why folks are kind of leaning in this direction,
Right.
for a lot of different situations. That is a really cool setup. Super modern.
Super clean. Super clean.
Yeah, this is a really
This
nice
is definitely move-in ready. You can go into this house and place all your items where they need to go. Oh, the backyard. I just want to talk about the
big
backyard.
lot too, yeah.
It is a 1/4 acre lot. There's so much room for potential in this lot. So the entire right side, the owner was going to put a pool there, but he opted against it because they had to sell the home. But it's completely mulched right now. If you keep going, Derrick, to the right, you'll see that the backyard is well maintained. It has ceiling fans already placed. There's already an awning over the top for shade. There's palm trees. The yard is well manicured. And there's still additional space on the left and the right for a full outdoor kitchen. There's
right
a
side.
gazebo. There's a gazebo there.
Throw a hot tub in there.
You could throw anything there, man. You could still put a pool, a playground. You could still put a full basketball court there if you want to.
Yep.
It's huge. The property
Enormous.
is huge.
That's just crazy. There's a good look
So
at
there's
it.
a good look at it right there. So you can see from that viewpoint, there's a lot of opportunity to develop. And it's all usable space. It's all flat usable space.
I wonder up there, do they have, what's the ADU rules up there? Just curiosity.
I actually don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be something that'd be interesting. Because I know in San Diego, the city of San Diego has really made it very easy to do ADUs, from a permitting standpoint and so forth. That'd be something to look into.
That'd definitely be something. If you
because
put an ADU here, that's definitely be a cash flow.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just what I'm looking. When you have a yard that big,
Yeah.
just I'm trained to think that way now
Correct.
because we don't see it very often here. So when you see it, it's kind of like, hey,
Right.
how can we maximize this?
So what military needs to understand, people that's only here temporarily, they're not looking for their dream home. They're only going to be here 2 or 3 years. You need to start thinking financially about the home that you're going to purchase. I know we want it to look nice, we want it to be in a great location and all this other stuff, but we need to think about it financially. How can this make sense for the time that I am here?
Right.
Look at the forecasted appreciation and what this home may look like in the next 3 years. Does this make sense? Can I put an ADU on this building? Can I make an additional rent from buying this property? How can this work for me financially?
Yeah.
You know, instead of just, I'm going to buy a house and pay my mortgage.
Yeah, because I think
it's so much more than that.
It is, and what you're saying there is, it's like, okay, well, if I'm just going to rent, for the next 3 years, how much is it going to cost me? Well, it's $2,500 a month. I'm paying a rent. That's going to cost me $90,000.
Right.
So I can take a $90,000 loss guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
I have that right here.
Every day on rent is guaranteed loss.
It's guaranteed loss. So I'm going to take a $90,000 loss and just eat it, or do I make the investment in real estate and see how I can pair against my losses? And that's where we were talking about the tax advantages earlier, especially with the BAH, being able to utilize the tax advantages, the potential appreciation, and also the principal pay down along the way, which really does matter. So when you're able to add all those things together and then say, okay, now what is my exposure?
Right.
Because I've hedged against this. I have renters in here. I'm making money. I have tax advantages. I'm saving money. I have to factor that into the equation and go, all right, that starts me at a positive.
Right.
So now the only way I lose is if the home goes down in value by a certain amount of money. So that's my risk, but I've hedged against it as opposed to just taking the $90,000 loss and just eating it.
Yeah.
That's what I think the big conversation is about.
Correct. So we have to look at ways to reduce our liability.
Correct.
Reduce our exposure to the crowd. Because we don't want to take a loss anywhere.
Next to Loma Linda, next to...
That's actually right across the street from Loma Linda. You can see Loma Linda right out the backyard.
Okay, all right. Yeah, nice
As soon
call,
as,
Robert.
as soon as you go out the backyard and look over the gate, Loma Linda Hospital is literally right there.
Right there.
You can run to it if there's an emergency.
That's
and get there
awesome.
within 1 minute.
That's amazing.
So it's in a really great location. This is actually a quarter mile away from the new Costco shopping center. So you know that there's going to be more demand for that area. The price is, it's potentially going to continue to go up in the near future with the new commercial buildings that's coming in. There's a lot of businesses coming there. Unemployment rates in the area are at an all-time low.
And that's
so
for the
people
country,
are
too.
exactly employed.
Yeah,
People can afford homes.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's why there's so much demand. I mean,
Right.
look at my sheet here, man.
So if we look at the homes that's on, I haven't checked San Diego. How many homes are for sale today in San Diego? Do you know?
Are for sale?
Yeah, like
just
actively,
totally?
Totally.
Oh, well, you know what? To piggyback that point, what we sort of started to discuss was when you're looking at San Diego, you're looking at a condo.
Right.
This is the decision that people are making.
Correct.
It's like, okay, my budget's $450, so I can buy a condo in San Diego, or I can buy a house in Temecula. That's a lot of times what the conversation is. As far as the number of homes that are for sale, I'm not sure, but it's probably 5,000-6,000.
Okay. That's in a county or just a city?
County.
Okay, so right now in Murrieta, there's 309 homes for sale.
309?
In Murrieta. And in Temecula, there's only 241.
Seriously?
That's it. So with that being said, how many buyers are looking in that area?
Oh my
We're
goodness.
talking about demand. There is a demand. The
Is there-
average days on market right now for a hot listing is about 28 days in Temecula, Murrieta. And they're receiving multiple offers on those hot listings. So any sellers that are looking to sell in Temecula, Murrieta, you will get your home sold. So that's the number one thing that people are afraid of, especially military, when they buy a home. How can I get rid of this property?
Yeah.
Am I going to be stuck with this when I leave? But it's the same thing if you buy a car. If you don't want it, just sell it.
Yeah.
But unlike a car, where you got to automatically deal with that depreciation, real estate is not going to depreciate. It's potentially going to appreciate. And if it does depreciate, sit on it. Be still and wait and be patient.
Yeah.
Because in history, whenever real estate went down, it has came back up higher than when it was last time.
Yep. It has done that successfully every time.
And a lot of people are saying right now that we're in a bubble. It's going to happen. A crash is going to happen. I can't support that. Only because the basic principle of supply and demand.
Yeah.
I cannot support that right now.
Yeah. I'm with you.
There's not enough supply and there's too much demand.
I have come full circle on that since 2017, and I've become extremely bullish for the next 5 years or so.
Right.
I think we've got all the recipes for a super bull market just across the board,
Correct.
but especially in real estate. We have another listing here too, William. I wanted to make sure we get the opportunity.
Yeah,
So
let's take this one out. This listing is by Marie Clark with Allison James.
Okay.
She's one of my good friends down in San Diego. But this property in Temecula, as you can see, more people want more opportunities. This is on a third of an acre. It's 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a little over 4,000 square feet. It has about $100,000 in upgrades.
Wow. Look at that
$100,000
pool.
in upgrades. And look at that pool. It already comes with the pool.
That is amazing. So this one's listed a little higher. This one's at $850 is the listing price on this one. So to give you a little bit of an idea, 4,200 square feet, built 2006.
Yeah, it's listed above the average list price in Temecula, but you can tell why.
Yeah, yeah.
You can tell why.
And if you start looking at really nice homes in Temecula, you'll see that this is not out of the range. Like a lot of the ones, especially if you look wine country, which is a lot of times where I like to look and just kind of check and test it and see where it's at. You know, million, $1 million, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, they're all day. You know, when you start looking at this price range, you do have a lot of options. There's no doubt about that. But this is a pretty sweet one.
You still have more space on this land to even build an ADU because it's all usable. It's all flat. It's still usable land.
Yeah, this is a great lot.
So the pool doesn't necessarily take up the entire lot. There's still space.
There's tons of space. This is like a dream backyard. This is everyone's dream backyard.
Everyone's. Everyone's dream backyard. I don't know not one person that can say, I don't want a pool, I don't want an outdoor kitchen, I don't want a barbecue pit, I don't want a fire pit. That's everyone's dream backyard. And this house sits right on a corner lot in a cul-de-sac. So it is amazing.
Beautiful. Got the decks
If you get
here.
a chance to go into Temecula, there should be an open house coming up soon. Just check online, check your local listings, or check with your real estate agent. If you get the opportunity, please check this out. 45115 Saddleback Court.
Saddleback Court. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one that's worth looking at. One worth looking at for sure. And you can see here, I really like the style of architecture with this one. But as you get to the interior of this home, not just the pool that's dialed in, the whole thing's dialed in.
It's so unique. And once again, this is another set of sellers where the home is extremely clean. It's immaculate.
Look at this.
You won't find a piece of dust in this house.
This is ridiculously clean. Look at this place. Wow. I like the high ceilings as well.
All the floors are redone. It does have high ceilings as well.
That's a big thing for me, man. I don't know if it's just because I'm a tall guy or what, but whenever I walk into a place with 10-foot ceilings, I start nodding my head just sort of automatically, like, yeah.
Yeah, this is nice.
This is what I'm talking about.
I hate the standard 8-9 foot ceiling. It drives me crazy, man.
8-footers just make no sense.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. If I could reach my hand up and touch the ceiling, like, nah, this is not the house for me.
No.
And I think more builders are starting to recognize that too, because when you look at new construction, the standard is now 9 foot.
Yep.
You know?
It's true.
And you can have the option to upgrade if you catch it early in the early phase to say, hey, I want 10 feet.
Yeah.
Or I want higher ceilings.
I look forward to 10-foot being the standard.
Yeah.
Look at this kitchen and dining space here. Bonkers. Opens right up to the pool area, the covered patio area, which goes to the pool right there. Just bonkers. So clean, double ovens. Beautiful.
If we look at Temecula, Murrieta, and the type of real estate that consumers are purchasing, we'll notice that a lot of attached condos are being on the market a lot longer. Townhouses are taking longer to sell. Everyone's going to single-family residence that has a little bit of land to it. So right now, space is the name of the game.
Space is the name of the game, always. In real estate, space is the name.
Correct.
But just look how open this is and how much, I mean, and this is 4,200 plus square feet, right? So this home is big. I mean, there's nothing tiny about this place.
You can get lost in its own technically.
Look at this thing. I love how clean it is. They have and you know, so the idea behind the white is like the clean look, right?
Right.
This is really really in right now. With
That's
the
what's
gray
in right
floors.
now. A lot of white, a lot of grays, a lot of earth ketones. So as you can see the floors that it's that grayish color.
Yep.
So a lot of sellers right now are putting that into their homes because as you saw, T-Berry kind of had the same color floors. I'm not sure what this material is, but if you can get that nice gray wood looking look, that's what buyers are looking for right now.
Yep, and flooring has come a long way.
Yeah, it has,
It really
especially
has.
vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl stuff is crazy. And the
crazy.
composite stuff that they're making now
Yeah.
looks so real, and it's actually like, I kind of prefer it to the natural wood, although the natural wood is nice in its own for its own reasons.
Right.
It's this composite stuff that they've got that's just crazy. Here's a loft space as well, big living room loft area.
Yeah.
In this home.
Plenty of room for entertainment. This is the master.
Boom.
Look how much space you got. You could put another entire living room inside of this master suite.
Huge. And that overlooks the pool area.
Correct.
Which is just ideal. Huge master bath.
The bathroom is immaculate.
This is just a bonkers property. Just throughout, everything is
There's
completely
even a
dialed
little
in.
bench in the shower to sit down and relax. When you think about the perfect house,
Makeup
what would that
counter.
look like? Yeah, that's good. It's a
Makeup
vanity for
counter.
women.
Yeah, that's.
When you think about what is the perfect house, I think this address should come to mind.
This is it. Yeah, this is the one.
This is it. This is the one.
This is what everybody's looking for, right here. For $850 in Temecula, you can have it all. You don't have to sacrifice a thing.
Except the drive, depending on where you work.
That's true, but that's what we were talking about. Like you got to know what you're getting yourself
That's
into.
what the conversation's into.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have to really iterate that because that drive is no joke.
It's no
And
joke.
it's not far in distance either.
No.
It's not far in distance. We're talking from 32nd Street to Temecula, roughly 40, 50-something miles. But it's taking commuters 2.5 hours sometimes to, get to work.
If you're at the wrong time,
If you're at the wrong time.
it's brutal.
And typically when you're coming down south to San Diego, you have to be to work at 7:30, 8 o'clock. So driving from Temecula, Murrieta in the morning time, believe it or not, at 5 a.m., the freeway is packed.
Yeah, it starts early.
It starts early.
Yeah,
But if you go on the freeway at 8 a.m., there's no traffic. You can get to San Diego 40 minutes. On my commute down here, I left at exactly 8:20
today.
today.
And you got here. You were here
I got here in 40 minutes.
early. Yeah,
got here in 40 minutes.
because you left at 8:20.
I left at 8:20.
That's hilarious.
Right.
So maybe try to figure out a way with your employer to
Correct.
work your hours.
To work your hours so you don't have to sit in traffic.
That's genius.
And if you leave later, then you avoid traffic as well.
Yeah.
So if you leave around the prime time between 3 and 5 o'clock, you're going to sit in traffic.
Yeah.
But if you go to work at, let's say, 9 or 10 and leave at 6, you get home in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour,
Yeah. But
It
that's
may be light
much
traffic.
that's a much lighter way to deal with
Correct.
the commute, which is
Correct.
huge, and that's big because this is about lifestyle. I mean,
Yeah.
that home is a lifestyle home.
Yeah, because you don't want to sit in your car for 4 or 5 hours a day. 2.5 hours one way, 2.5 hours back.
Man, I talked to a lady.
You don't
who's-
wanna do that.
She's living in Imperial County, and loves it.
Yeah.
She's driving like 3.5 or 3 hours each way
But what's her lifestyle
every
like?
day. I mean, how I said, man, you must really have a lot of podcasts that you like or something. Like, you must listen to Joe
Honestly,
Rogan.
that's the time to become educated. Is when
really
you're
is.
sitting in traffic. I mean, instead of music is great. Don't get me wrong. It makes us feel good. We dance, we sing, and it makes time passes by. But we can be doing something much more productive with our time while commuting, like listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Educating ourselves on real estate.
Learning.
Educating ourselves on finances, how do we become better people.
Yeah.
Self-enrichments or any other type of self-help books. Podcasts, any type of audio books, something that you can truly focus on and just listen to while you're driving. That's not only going to help you become a better person, but it's going to pass time away anyway.
Yeah, no question about it. I'm a huge proponent
And
of that.
people always say, I don't have time to read books.
Audiobooks are perfect.
Audiobooks are perfect, especially if you're commuting.
Yeah, 100%.
You can read at least 2 books a week.
And there's podcasts on everything. You want podcasts on passive income, on real
Everything.
estate,
Yeah.
on investing in the stock market, bonds. I mean, you name it, it's in there. So that's one thing
Mm-hmm.
that's really, really cool about it. And if people are cool with the drive, like for me personally, I know I can't stand it. Like I hate traffic so much that if I hit any kind of traffic, even if it takes me 30 minutes to get home, and like I want to blow my brains out. I just can't stand it. Now, if it's on like a Monday or a Tuesday, it's great because I have good
Right.
sermons I can listen to from
Right, right,
Sunday.
right.
I have some good stuff I can go to, and I'm like, all right, I'm cool with this.
But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're like, what do I do about
I
life?
know. I'm like, this is terrible. Who do I call? I need to call someone. I haven't talked to my mom in a while, or whatever. They try to figure out what to do. But for the most part, I can't stand it. So I know myself.
Yeah.
So I know that. There's other people who know themselves and know they can handle it. There's other people who are like me and know that they can't. So just be smart. Just be smart about what you're doing. Know yourself. Be honest with yourself. And look at the value you're receiving and what you're trading for it.
Right.
And if you think it's a good deal, if you think it's a good trade, hey, I'm going to trade 2 hours a day or whatever for this house.
Right.
And you think that's a good trade, do it.
Like me, I know my family, my kids especially, they love the beach. We were living in North County, but when I had my 3rd child, I knew that we needed a bigger home. So I now live in Murrieta.
Yep.
It makes sense to me. My kids have space. They all have their own room. They have a large yard outside. I can sit in the backyard, look out the window. I'm not worried about them. Versus being in North County in a townhouse and they're telling me to go outside. I now have to go outside.
Right.
Not that it's a bad thing to be outside with my kids, but I could be doing other things
Sure.
to maximize my time.
Right.
The communities are safe. The crime rate is extremely low. The schools are a lot better. Especially Temecula has award-winning schools, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's one thing. They
They have
a lot.
award-winning schools.
It's a great community too. The community really sticks together well.
Correct.
And so I think there's a lot to be said for it. No question about it. No question about it. Just got to know what you're doing. Be smart about it. If you have questions about the Temecula Murrieta market, William King is definitely a great person to talk to. He knows it like the back of his hand. He's got access to great properties like these as well, if that's something that you're interested in. William, thank you so much for taking the time
Anytime.
today, man. It's great to see you. Appreciate
Definitely.
you do it. Hey, share this video with your friends. Let's help make them smarter than everyone else. We'll see you guys soon.